All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Borderlands 4's launch. Now, when we initially discussed Borderlands 4, it was in my belief that Borderlands 4 was not going to sell nowhere near as much as Borderlands 3 did, especially in the same amount of time. And then a couple of weeks ago, we found out that that's exactly what's going on, right? Borderlands 4, even though it sold millions of copies, in the low millions of copies, it is still only doing that in double or triple the amount of time it took for Borderlands 3 to do it in just a couple of days. Now, the reason why that is, in my opinion, is because Borderlands 2 was highly loved and favored by most people who are Borderlands fans, and Borderlands 3 was not. So the amount of hype is a lot less from 3 going into 4 than it was for 2 going into 3. With all that being said, now we have industry analysts that are going to go over exactly what I've been talking about how the game is not having nowhere near the amount of start that Borderlands 3 did. But according to the analysts, they believe that it is primed and ready for steady console sales and positioned for long legs once the discounts start flowing. Now, the reason why I want to cover this particular article is because of this last statement right here. When the discounts start flowing, which we all know they're going to, Borderlands is a IP that gets put on major sale every single time. Just look at what Borderlands 4 is right now. At the time of filming this video, it started out 21 days ago at 304,398 concurrent players, and it is now down to a 24-hour peak of 97,067, with 68,000 people playing the game right now. Clearly, the trajectory is going down, which I find to be interesting considering it's a looter shooter, so it should be holding people's attention longer than a standard single-player game. But, you know, it is what it is. That's the numbers. One thing I will say is that Randy Pitchford specifically told us on his X account that nobody should be expecting Borderlands 4 to go on sale anywhere near as quickly as the previous Borderlands went on sale, because Borderlands is known for having major sales, right? If you look at the price history for Borderlands 3, the lowest price that it ever sold at was $3, okay? $3, which is why I always advocate for not buying a game at full price, because they're going to whore it out eventually, and it's only a matter of time. With all that being said, Randy Pitchford has tried to convince us that Borderlands 4 is not going to go on sale anywhere close as fast as the previous Borderlands, because Borderlands 4 is a premium game. Borderlands 4 is a premium game for premium gamers, and it is not going to go on sale as quickly as the other ones did, because it's a game that warrants full price. That's the gaslighting that he tried to tell us over on his X account. Now, analysts are trying to say something completely different, so let's cover it and talk about what's going on. Borderlands 4 might not have achieved the explosive initial success of the past Borderlands releases. Well, I'm glad that somebody's admitting it, because we all know it's true. But one analyst reckons that it could be positioned for a long tail of sustained success. Now, that could be said for any game, especially AAA games. Most of these games are going to get most of their copies sold at some form of a discount. Even if you sell, let's say, 3 million copies, 4 million copies at full price, great. No problem. But if you're a franchise that is notorious for selling 15 million copies, 20 million copies, the majority of that is going to be at the price that we have seen listed here, where it's super cheap, right? $10 or less is where it's going to mostly be. So yeah, you might have sold 15 million copies, 20 million copies, but how many of them did you sell at full price? Especially this one, not as many as you probably would have liked. So Alinea market analyst head Reese Elliott broke down September's most downloaded games in a new Substack post, with Skate 4 taking the top spot. Hollow Knight Silksong, meanwhile, is absolutely crushing the original Hollow Knight with 6 million downloads after just 4 weeks, which isn't surprising to me, as it's a sequel releasing after many years of anticipation. As for Borderlands 4, Elliott noted that Gearbox's sequel managed to crack the top 5 most downloaded games of the month with 3.1 million downloads across all platforms. Now, guys, this is downloads, okay? So keep that in mind, downloads. While not as explosive as its predecessors, Borderlands 4's strong Steam uptake and steady console sales suggests it's positioned for long legs once the discounts start coming in, that is, said Elliott. Now, this is counterproductive to what Randy Pitchford has been trying to pitch to us, no pun intended, for who knows how long now, when he's been on his tirades on X trying to convince us this game is for premium gamers, man. Like, it's only premium gamers that are going to be able to play this game. Can your PC run Borderlands 4? If it can't, it's your fault, right? Like, this is Randy Pitchford we're talking about, but it's clear that Borderlands 4 is going to be no different than the other Borderlands that have been going on sale for how many years now and being hoarded out to the masses. $3, $4, $5, being given away left and right. Borderlands games are notoriously discount friendly, which, by the way, so are Assassin's Creed games. And Ubisoft also tried to pitch us the same bullshit, often getting heavy price cuts within just months being on the market. In fact, a pre-release Reddit poll showed that most respondents were willing to wait for a discount instead of paying the $70 base price to play at launch. If there is a sizable chunk of Borderlands 4 player base still waiting for a discount, especially if sales come at increasingly tempting waves, that could help fuel a consistent long-term stable of batches of new players every so often. Ideally, though, Borderlands 4 has just a robust enough endgame and roster of post-launch content to keep its most loyal base satisfied. Now, I don't know if that's true, considering that the numbers are dropping pretty goddamn hard. People are obviously getting to the point where they're, they don't want to play anymore and they're logging off. And this is happening fairly quickly, considering the game didn't even come out that long ago, right? So 21 days ago, we were blessed with this game, and most of the people have checked out by now. It only has 1/3 of its player base left at a concurrent player count anyway. So with all that being said, now let's go into this and understand that Borderlands 4 is going to be that game that when you get to the point of near completion, and on top of that, the performance problems is a major issue with this game. The reviews of this game are still terrible. Has anybody looked at reviews? 61%. 61.17% out of 60,000 reviews. This game is almost at a 50% ratio of positive to negative on Steam. 60,000 reviews. That's crazy, right? That's an insane number. So 60% positive, 40% negative is a wild number for a brand new AAA game. And it's because, well, quite frankly, people had a lot of performance problems, and we were dealing with a massive amount of gaslighting from Randy Pitchford on his X account. And eventually they came out, Take-Two came out and said, well, you know what? I'm sorry, Gearbox came out and say, you know what? This is a problem on our end. We promise to fix this. We're gonna get you guys right and all that. And that was after weeks of the CEO blaming you for why the game was running shitty, telling you to accept less, even though other games give you more for your performance. They're like, no, accept less for our cartoon video game. It's your fault. It's not our fault. So again, guys, Borderlands 4, we already knew, was not going to do anywhere near as good as Borderlands 3. From a concurrent player standpoint, sure, it looks like it's doing better, but that's not true at all, because Borderlands 3 has been known to sell well over multiple millions of copies, 4 million plus copies in just a few days, whereas Borderlands 4, unfortunately, it didn't even get there in 2 weeks, which is double the amount of time. Actually, triple the amount of time than Borderlands 3. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about the entire situation regarding Borderlands 4? Did you expect Borderlands 4 to sell as much as Borderlands 3? Or is this information something that we kind of all saw coming? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and go upgrade your PC to make sure that you can go play Borderlands 4, because you want to be a premium gamer, don't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'll see you guys on the next one.